close to.
Why are you scared?
I'm worried. So I've just been reading about the Abyssine
Right.
and a number of other, murder cases that have remained unsolved since the beginning of this year.
Right.
And it just makes me wonder who is next, whose child is next, and it's scary because you never know who may be in your circle that may be planning your death the next minute.
That's right.
Because this guy who is alleged to have committed the murder of these 3 children, and he's one of the boys that was found, is very close to the family.
Relative,
So it broke my heart when I watched the mother cry. I think it was 2 days ago, and she kept asking Richard, and it just broke me because he's close to them. He has a business relationship with the boy's father, and we find some dead bodies in his house. I mean, until it's proven, we cannot allege if he actually is the one who murdered them. So the police are conducting that investigation. But so many other children are going missing. Literally on maybe a weekly basis. I'm sure that in every community you would hear something very, very scary. And it just makes me wonder what is going on.
For me, I always will go back to that conversation about social protection. And we have a minister for gender, children, and social protection. Girls have been killed, boys have been killed. The minister's silence is too loud. And ever since our minister got into office, the only time we had seen or read from the minister, literally, was when she and the coordinator for the National School Feeding Program had the back and forth. You remember she wrote a sack letter to the National School Feeding Program coordinator, and then she came back almost immediately to say it was an administrative error. How that drama happened and how it ended, and how no questions have been asked, because questions were raised about some corrupt activities that were ongoing within the school feeding enclave. So now, if the person was asked to step aside, how then we come back and say it is for administrative or was administrative error? That in itself is a big question mark. But I would at this point expect that our Minister for Gender, Children and Social Protection at least makes a public pronouncement, because you see, all things gender, all things children, all things social protection is in the hands of our Minister for Gender, Children and Social Protection. We expect to find leadership and vision and the forward march from headquarters. If children are being killed, I mean, Kaswa is one example, Abesim now is another example. Name them.
And you know,
and all of this has happened. And our minister
I just want to remind you of
for me, it's
Johnny,
shocking.
let me remind you
it's
of
painful.
the Takrade girls as well.
Right.
So this thing didn't start today. It started a long time ago.
I'm saying that. So it was
during her reign.
Under Mamle Morrison. You remember that when the old lady up north, the 90-year-old Ekia Dente. Yes. I mean, Mamle Morrison went there. She had said that we're going to abolish the, what do you call it, the witches camp and all of that. We don't know what happened to that. But I'm saying that we have a new Minister for Gender, Children and Social Protection. And we can recount how many children and how many even adults, including even Kaka. The minister has not made any public pronouncement as far as I am concerned. If she has, I don't know. But if she has and she spoke in this our Ghana, we would have heard the minister. So it's, for me, is it just a minister in name, or because even at the desk, even at the ministry, there are supposed to be desks for girl child and boy child and all of that. All of them, what are they saying? What are they saying? Because now, if in Abesim it's almost become like a ghost town. Now, people are scared. That level of assurance, and again, the big picture, the social protection angle. I would want to hear from my minister to assure me, like you would have a situation in the hospitals, no bed syndrome, and the health minister will speak. Like roads are bad and the people are complaining, and then the roads minister will speak. Where is our gender, children and social protection minister?
Does it make any difference that the IGP went all the way to Abysim to see the family?
Well, the IGP, you see again, the IGP is in charge of internal security. So that if the IGP goes there, it is within his power. Like the IGP, the former IGP did when the policeman was shot at Adedepo and he went there to greet. So it is within his power. Even so, we will expect that it is not just a visit to the places, but also to bring finality to the issues. So, for example, in the last election, about 8 people or so lost their lives, correct? Now, we are told that the families were visited, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
What has happened?
Exactly.
So when people are killed and you visit their families and you go and greet them, and then what? It's just greeting. You can delegate us. We can go and greet them on your behalf.
Yeah. Which is a concern that I have, because yesterday Kake's family was speaking as well. And they're saying that the late Kake's wife is living at the mercy of, you know, people in the community, benevolence of people in the community. They've not really had any support from government. And so then that begs the question, because you'd expect that by now they would have at least, unless they have and we've not been told. But from what the family is saying, so the community members are able to give some 1 CD, 2 CDs, and that's what supports her. But in actual fact, she has not received any funds from anyone.
And if it's expected that she'll receive it, it's too late. It should have come immediately.
It's been almost 2 months. He died on the 28th of June.
And the children are five or six, right? 5 or 6 children. If it's going to come, it's too late in the day.
Let's say a special good morning to our Minister for Gender, Children and Social Protection, also the Member of Parliament for the Dom Kwabenya. So good morning to you, Lawyer Adjoa Safo. There have been too many of these murders, particularly including minors. You are a lawyer as well. We would want to hear what you have on your mind and in your heart, you know, because all of our social protection, gender issues, and about children and women and men, vulnerable, are in your hands. You sat at the vetting table and you told us stuff. And so we are expecting that at this point, with the recurrence of these things and with the fear that is coming up. You saw what's happening at Abesim. You saw the guys at Ejira. And you see, when adults start saying, and even at Kaka's place, one of the sisters of Kaka said, she doesn't know who's next. When adults start speaking like that and there's fear, it moves away from the Interior Ministry, it moves away from the Defense Ministry, it moves away from the National Security Ministry. It comes to you. You, Lawyer Joseph, it comes to you. Your silence, madam, is too loud. It's too loud. It's too loud. Good morning.
Good morning. And we'll talk about the issues of murders and getting into the minds of killers. We're trying to find solutions. And so expect Dr. Ishmael Norman to join us.
I'm looking forward to that conversation later today.
His wife will pick a new suit for him.
Yeah, we're looking forward to what he's going to wear today.
Madam Blandina, good morning to you.
I keep forgetting her name, Blandina.
Blandina.
Yeah, she's got a very unique name.
Blandina.
It's a mouthful.
Blandina.
Yeah.
All right, so
family members.
Moving on to other stories. I mean, before we get to the electricity situation, the lighting situation, there's something brewing in the northern region as well. You may have heard. You know, in this country, when there's no food to eat, your last resort is bread.
Go into my bread.
So if bread has become so expensive, or flour for making bread, it used to be 170 Ghana cedis per bag. Now it is 250 cedis per bag. So because of that, bread bakers in the northern region have actually embarked on a sit-down strike. So I'm asking this morning that if you can't afford rice and stew, if you can't afford kenke and kena, if now you don't also have the bread because it's gotten expensive. So what are we supposed to do this morning? I'm just asking.
The Deputy Minister for Agri says that things are going to get better. At first, it was supposed to be in September. Then he says December. Yesterday, Dr. Abusakara Foster was here. And he said he had predicted this, that it was going to happen. And in actual fact, it's going to get worse. And so we're not even sure if what the Deputy Minister told us is really true, because he says that the curve is going to go up before it falls. And that's going to go beyond the period that we've been told things will get better. So I'm not even sure what's happening. Yesterday, the maize sellers in the markets were complaining. So they're saying that they used to buy 50 bowls of maize for like between 200 and 300 Ghana cedis. And it's increased now to 500 Ghana cedis.
That's right.
And so then we all know what that means. You know, to us, because if you're going to buy kenke, then it's going to increase even more.
So what? Kenke is about to be 5 cedis per bowl?
I have no idea what's going on.
It's about to be?
It's about to go
now
down.
It's 2 cedis.
I pray it doesn't get there.
To
so Dr. Abusakara Foster is the, I always will say this, is a Greek minister that Ghana never ever had. And it is because of our unnecessary politicization of issues and the winner takes all philosophy that we have. Because if you have an agronomist of a stature and who keeps predicting things and the things keep happening, you will find a certain level of discomfort that comes along with it. And for me, at this point, bread, banku, kenke, the basics. When I was growing up, bread used to be on the dining table.
Exactly. When you get there,
when you are passing by, you break some or you cut some. Now parents hide bread from their children. Let's bring Thierry. Let's ask him if he hides bread from his children as well.
I'm sure he does.
Thierry, welcome. Good morning. How you doing?
Thank you. Good morning to you all.
What's going on with your shada these days? Like, what has been Jare and so on?
What has been going on with your shada all along?
At least everybody knows mine. But your side, there's a certain switch in your outfit.
I'm taking
happening?
I'm taking after
Do you have a new girlfriend or something? Somebody you're
embracing? You even post for the picture.
Getting
ready for.
Do you hide bread from your children? Bread.
Do I hide bread from my children? No, I don't.
These days.
Do you even buy it at all?
No, it's because.
No, he buys Pringles.
Maybe I don't hide it because I'm not the one who buys them.
You buy Pringles, right?
Okay.
Yeah, I buy Pringles.
Yeah,
I buy
stuff like that. Yeah, I know. Yeah,
things like that.
Charlie, but we need to do something about it. Because for me, if we're a country that's, and the painful thing again is that we keep touting that, planting for food and jobs has been successful. We have been able to make gains. And where we are told that we are a net exporter of food, that's what irks me. Because if you only export what you have in excess.
Yeah. True.
So if now you are importing and people are complaining about the fact that the basics that they need to feed even chicken, so that the chicken can lay good eggs, so that the egg will be cheaper, is expensive, then we have a problem.
Yeah.
And you see, we have a problem because when you go to the market to buy, it doesn't know that you are NDC, you are MPP, you are affiliated to this or that. It doesn't care.
And it's the same legal tender you're using anyway. It's the same Ghana cedi. It doesn't know that it's coming from Johnny or it's coming from Thierry.
The market woman will just collect her money and give you what it's worth.
I heard former President Mahama speak yesterday, I think in his tour in the north, and he mentioned that he wished that both parties could come together. I know a lot of these things are a bit
job
political,
creation
but
for young people.
Just the job creation for the young people and everything. And he made a key point in there: the fact that the youth at a point will get tired of the two political parties and democracy in itself.
Are they not already?
Because I think he sensed it, and the people at the top. Have already sensed that people are getting tired. People will not move out to vote because we keep trying the NDC, it doesn't work. We keep trying the NPP, it's not working. At what point then do we decide as a country that we need to move on from these two?
Implement the National Development Plan and make it binding on all political parties.
But you know what happens? You know what happens with some of these things? It becomes partisan again. So one party comes in and takes from that document what suits his agenda, and then the other party also comes in and does something different.
Because you see, so yesterday,
so if you have a national disaster,
so it will be binding on you such that if a project is started under one party and they get kicked out of power and the next party comes, they are obligated to continue.
They will find reason as to why they can't continue. They will find reason. They would find reason as to how they always do. But who has really been held accountable for anything in this country?
We've not implemented the National Development Plan. That's why.
You see, you go to the USA, for example, they have what they call the American Dream. So it doesn't matter if it's Obama, it's Trump.
You need to fit in.
You need to fit in, and we are going to Tamale. That's the goal.
Yeah.
If you want to go through Kumasi to get to Tamale, we don't care. Get to Tamale in good time. If you want to go through the Eastern Corridor Road, we don't care. Get to Tamale. If you want to go through Takrady, get to Tamale. We don't care. So we are going to Tamale at the best cost we can, at the fastest speed we can, and to the benefit of the people. That's the American dream.
Yeah.
What is our Ghanaian dream? That's what Bella is talking about.
Yeah.
I remember Dr. Nimoy Thompson and his team put together a 40-year development plan. Nkrumah had a 6-7-year development plan. Somebody else, Professor Mills and Professor Mills also, they did a 10-year development plan.
And then there was even Vision 2020 and
exactly, and Jerry Rawlings, 1995, it started. We're in 2021.
And this is 2021.
Now, all of it is supposed to, because everybody at that point, it was a dialogue that everybody had. President Kufuor had the Growth and Poverty Reduction Strategy 1 and 2. What has happened to it? So, we all sit at the table, agree that this is where we are going. By 2020, we should not have children under trees learning in schools, so that we'll go and fumigate open air spaces and collect money for it. We all decided that we're not going to do that. So now if we're in 2021, and all of it, bad roads are there, street lights are not working, traffic lights are not working, children are studying under trees, food is so expensive, you don't have plenty irrigation sources, there's no bread, cost of living is so high, worker salary is shambolic. When you have all of these things, then you ask yourself, when people come to stand on platforms to beg to say, give me power to make your lives better, what do they mean?
Yeah.
What do they mean?
I just had to bring that in.
Yeah.
I mean,
because they travel out. Yesterday, the president was told in Germany on his trip, the people said, Nana, we love you, but fix the country
so that we can come back home.
Yeah. But how do they come back home to streets that don't have
lights?
That's crucial.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, especially when you are used to that kind of lifestyle outside the country. You come back and all you see is darkness.
Come to darkness.
You know, so I saw a woman at the traffic lights at Fiesta Real. That's about 2 weeks ago, and I think she had just come down. So she was trying to cross the light, and then she forgot herself. She went to the traffic light and was looking for some buttons to press
so the cars will
stop. So the cars will stop. And then she realized, well, I'm not in UK.
I'm in Ghana.
But you realize
I'm not in the UK.
You realize that President Kufuor brought us some of those?
Yeah.
President Kufuor brought us some of those.
But you know there were advantage points. They were in just the main traffic lights, just a few in a crowd.
But just to,
I can bet you that the kids will just go and keep pressing it.
But just to say that President Kufuor brought us some of those. In fact, even this whole litter bin that's supposed to be around the country, President Kufuor also brought them under the HIPIC program. Remember? Some open litter bins.
Along with the sanitation, the whole sanitation budget with the KVIPs.
And even some of the pavements had to be segmented. So those who were coming this way had to use one lane, and those who were going had to. So it was not clumsy, and people were not selling on
And that's the dream we should have continued.
And then some wise people came and declared everything under the same regime. Declared everything.
So you know how Ghana would always talk about Malaysia and Singapore and how we need to be.
We started at the same time.
We started with them. You know, we keep changing, we keep chopping and changing, and so like Mahama was saying yesterday, ex-President Mahama was saying yesterday, democracy in itself would have its flaws, and it's evident in the way the country has been run over the years, over the different regimes, over the different administrations we've had, because everybody comes in with their own plans, with their own. But like Bella was saying, if we have one plan, one idea, one dream that we are all chasing. But you see, the thing is, Bella was saying people should be held accountable. So how do we hold them accountable? Is it just by talking? Are we going to be putting in punitive measures?
Okay, so here,
to make sure that these people are...
Here's a classic example. We have a National Commission for Civic Education. Now, the National Commission for Civic Education is supposed to awaken the people's minds to some of these things. If you know that when you have a problem about your roads, okay, in your community, in front of your home, and that you pay property rate, and that it is the job of your MMDCE to fix it, you won't go and harass your member of parliament, because you already would know that your member of parliament just sits on the assembly. He doesn't even have a voting right at the assembly to take any decision. He just goes to sit there because he's a member of parliament. That's what the law says, Act 936. Now, you know that it is the president's direct representative who is supposed to be fixing that for you, because he collects your business operation permit, he collects your property rate, he collects all the other market tools and everything else. But because the people are not awakened to it, and because the MMDCs do not come to stand in front of the people to ask for votes, they feel that it is the MP who came to ask for their vote who must bear that brunt. And it is also because the MPs know that there's that space. They promise things to the people.
Your roads, I'll build schools.
So if we resource NCCE better and they are waking the minds of people, when the people know, when the people know where to go, when they have specific issues, they won't sit down for you to harass them. It is just because people don't know where to go, and we have broken the system. We are happy running the system just that way. So people, square plugs and round holes are always playing.
Yeah, that's true. Mbappe is trending though.
Yeah, he should.
You like that name, Paul? You remember that baby they brought for breastfeeding the other day.
Yeah.
She was like, "This is my child. His name is Mbappe."
But I mean, but of course, if, I know why you like that boy. I know why you like that boy.
The money.
He's French. He's fresh. He's rich.
Mbappe.
No, it's about being French, man. And yes, he's rich. Thank you very much.
But yeah, so Mbappe is upset at Paris Saint-Germain. You know, Messi was introduced recently. He's already been playing with Neymar. He feels the superstar he is. Omo Katana shines, you know. So he's not exactly happy.
He don't like that. He don't like that.
So he wants to move. And then the reason he's trending is because Real Madrid have actually made an official bid for him yesterday. So Real Madrid, after losing Ronaldo some years back, are trying to bring in a new star. So Mbappe might just be the
so
first
he probably will leave.
It's possible. It's possible. But you know, it would have been beautiful to see Mbappe, Neymar, Messi in the same lineup. Now PSG might have an excuse for not winning.
We can have only one king in one land. So
no, they have 3 kings there.
No, but
one would have been
one of them. But of course, with all those kings, there's only one king. And that's
exactly.
Well,
yeah.
We 3 kings of Orient.
But you know, there's a problem. There's a problem for African. There's a problem for African countries.
What's happening?
So there's World Cup qualifiers coming up. So Ghana we're playing against Ethiopia and then South Africa.
Yeah.
Now the issue is, you know, in the UK they have, because of the COVID measures, they have countries on their black list, on their red list. Sorry. Now South Africa happens to be on the red list. Ghana will be playing South Africa in South Africa, and so some of the players will not be allowed to go. And so the Premier League clubs are saying they are not even allowing the players to leave England in the first place. So what it means is that it's not just, you know, yesterday we were doing the news on Mohamed Salah, but it's going to be affecting the likes of Jordan Ayew, Thomas Partey if he's allowed, Darren Lamate if he's allowed, and all of these guys.
An opportunity to unearth new talent in Ghana.
Yeah, I was just going to say, use more local stars.
8:15, more sports.
Use more local stars. Use more local stars, I would say.
8:15, more sports on your television.
And
also, the quality we have here, it won't work.
Don't do that.
Pay them well. Pay them well.
You guys give them 500 Ghana cedis a month and say the quality is not good.
No, but you see, the thing is, just improving the salary structure is not going to improve.
Pay them well. If you pay them well, they will eat well, exercise well.